Greetings and welcome, all ye mortals, to the stream. I am Razim, and I have deigned to come down and provide this glorious entertainment to you all. Today's schedule is Horizon Lost World of Darkness Mage. The Moistening. We will turn it over now to Toshime for the recap.
Warren bonked a fae.
Was it a fae?
I think it was a fae.
Changeling.
Well, it's still member of the fae.
Warren did a bad.
I mean, it could be good depending on what you're looking at and where you're looking at from a certain point of view.
Somebody trying to capture one of our targets. So that's a good recap.
I was honestly expecting you to literally just say bonk and call it good, so I'm glad I got more than that. So yeah, Kerr,
Yes.
you're up.
I wasn't sure there was anything else.
Well, I mean, you can fill in whatever gaps you feel are appropriate for the recap, and then you know it's up to you, cause DM and all.
And I really need the gaps filled in because it's been a full month.
You guys went to go to see the mayor. You found out the mayor was missing, and that issues were going on. That he had been replaced by a fetch, and that the wife, who had been committed to a mental ward at the moment, was also a fetch. And when you guys went to go try to investigate and find out what was going on at the I call it an asylum, basically the mental health area, you looked through time to find out what was going on. And then Warren decided to bonk into the past and murdered somebody.
Many paradoxes
yeah.
were had.
Yeah, and if a wrinkle shows up, I am totally ratting him out because he screwed us over.
Same.
Don't worry, he'd already know who.
That's him, officer. That's the man right there.
You don't want the officer.
Oh, that's actually a thing?
Yes.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
So what you're saying is that the time police are actually a thing?
Yes. As you start off out of the mental hospital,
Duke.
you know where you're supposed to go. You just can feel it. It is on the outskirts of town, it appears. In where it used to be a very large camping area used to be. before it seemed like it got closed down and basically shut down. But that's what's nudging you.
So,
Is there anything you guys want to do before you head off there?
What did we actually have a game plan for dealing with all the paradox that had built up?
Nope, you guys had not figured that out yet.
Right now, as far as I
Lovely.
understand it, our plan is to simply go over and have this meeting with this changeling in order to, while maintaining the paradox, as, you know, a safety measure. With this much, if he tries to do much around us, it is very likely to cause great pain and agony to him, if not immediate death.
We understand that there's a mage boss.
Yes.
So we go in wearing dynamite vests, basically.
Pretty much.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Though a bit crude of a way to put it.
I like to get right to the point when my life's in danger.
I'm sure everything will be okay, everyone.
Yeah, that's written on a lot of gravestones.
Mhm.
And some matchboxes.
Yes, is there anything you guys wanted to do before you headed to this campsite?
Nothing that I need to
can
do.
think of.
Okay. So, as you guys head off there, it's honestly not as bad as you might think it would have been. It's a little creepy looking. Rotted boards, and the place looks like it's been abandoned for a decade or two. But the cabins look to be mostly intact, though you can see the forest is starting to reclaim everything around you. But so far, it doesn't appear there's anyone around, but you can see one of the buildings. The door is open. Also, one moment.
Duke, 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 Duke.
Hold on, I got this. My phone will behave here. Come on, phone. Sometimes it's millennia.
If you're trying to bring up some kind of video or audio to play, be aware that your audio quality is garbage. To put it bluntly.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much since I'm using the phone right now.
Yeah, so let's not.
Well, that's interesting. I was trying to actually bring up the Jeopardy song using the blurbs, but it's not showing up in the search results. Even if I try searching directly for Minute Waltz, it doesn't pop up. That makes
Because
me sad.
it's copyrighted.
That makes me double sad.
Sorry about that. I am back. But yes, are you guys heading up to the cabin door?
I think that was the plan.
Oh. I'll definitely be heading up towards the cabin as soon as someone else leads the way.
Can I do a quick scan for other mines?
How much paradox do you have?
Oh. Well, I mean, we're not... I mean, will that generate paradox, just looking around for...
No, but it could activate your paradox by using...
Depends on if you fail or botch.
Rue. Alright, never mind then. Definitely gonna send Warren a glare.
Yeah, no, you can attempt it, but if you fail or botch, there could be a risk of triggering it.
Mm. I think I had 2 willpower having been spent. Is that any of that back yet? I don't think.
Not yet.
There's no time. Alright. I need to keep better track of that. I guess we're going up.
As you guys head up, you can hear sounds coming from inside.
What kind of sounds?
Joke.
Sorry, I was responding real quick. It sounds like what appeared to be the sound of someone hitting something with a hammer.
It's like wood, flesh, metal.
Flesh.
I was afraid you were going to say that. Okay.
But yeah, so you can hear the sounds. Sounds of like a hammer hitting meat and flesh.
Warren, you go first.
If you say so.
And I will go behind Warren.
Yes.
And I'll use my staff and knock on the door as we enter.
Alright, so what order is everyone coming in on?
I'm directly behind Warren.
I suppose I'll bring up the rear.
Be after Portia then.
Right? As you guys come in, you can see a man beating what looks to be very large steaks on a cutting board. He looks different than the person that you guys saw in the vision from Warren. Looks to be early 30s. And he glances up when he hears the knock on the door. Oh, you guys are... He looks down at his wrist, which does not have a watch. You're about 20 minutes earlier than I thought you guys would be. Just a moment. Go ahead. Sit down. I'll be with you in just a moment. I'm just getting food ready. And he's going to go back to beating on the stakes with his hammer, and you can see other assorted foods have been made. You can see some mashed potatoes, some green beans, some burgers there. What looks to be cake as well. A whole smorgasbord of foods.
You know, it says something about the activities that we get up to that I can't tell if this is due to somebody planning and manipulating our fates, due to us messing around with time travel, or just someone who's able to predict what's going to happen.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh, kind of mumbling it.
He
Sit
looks.
down and get ready for the fireworks to start.
He looks over. Oh, don't worry about it. I made sure to make your guys' favorites. Go ahead, sit down. We can talk business once the food is out. I always try to make sure that I treat guests with respect, and that means a home-cooked meal. I just don't have the best facilities here.
I'm fine getting by on K rations, so it doesn't matter to me what prep is able to go into it. Seriously, pretty much anyone who has a doctorate will tell you they've had to live some portion of their life eating nothing but ramen.
Yes, but you are guests here, and while you did cause me to probably have to miss the rest of my weekend, I will uphold my responsibilities to hospitality here.
Well, it's a hospitality that I graciously accept.
So, do all of you sit down, or do any of you keep standing, just out of curiosity?
I sit down.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and sit down.
Yeah, I have no reason not to. If anyone tries anything, we'll know really quickly because we will all go into another plane of reality.
Mm-hmm.
Likely the afterlife, but possibly other places too.
As you sit down, these look like old, not moldy chairs, but very rickety, bad chairs. But as you sit on them, they feel like you're sitting in like very, very comfy, loungy, like ottomans, like really high quality seats.
How is
Some kind of
Martokio
illusion you're on.
responding?
He seems fine.
Okay. Well, Cody will be at ease then. For the time being.
But yes, you see him lift up the steaks, carry them over to a grill, and begin to grill them before he kind of looks back at you guys. It'll just be a few more minutes. As he comes over, begins to gather up plates and bring it over to the table, laying everything out within easy reach of all of you. You can just call me Matthew here. This is our... He kind of pauses and considers... Yeah, I guess just call me Matthew for right now. It makes it less confusing for me.
Refresh my memory. Who exactly is this guy and our relation to him?
This is the guy that got really upset at you guys for wasting his weekend because you bonked someone.
Right, the wizardy dude that instantly fixed the thing that we unfixed.
No, he.
Yep.
What do you mean instantly?
He undid the big damage.
Oh yeah,
That
from
would
the
that would
timeline.
yeah, that would have probably killed you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And soon the scent of delicious meats fills the air. As he brings the main course over and begins to set out plates for each of you. And then including Martokyo.
Okay, but I was going to say I don't like steak.
Well, then don't eat the steak.
This guy isn't a fae, right?
Make an occult roll. Intelligence plus occult.
Three, 8. Three.
Is that enough to know, Kerr?
Hmm.
Okay. Alexis, this is very much not a fair folk. Very human. Very human. Probably a mage though, based on what you saw.
Yeah,
very well versed
very
in
powerful
time
mage.
magic. Yes.
Yeah.
Cody, with that mother freaking roll, you can sense that you aren't in reality anymore.
Oh,
At least not in the normal reality you would understand, but you would recognize this. You guys have walked seamlessly into a sanctum. The place that lets you use magic basically safely without causing paradox for whoever made the sanctum.
so I see that you've brought us to your sanctum.
No, yes. Is this your first time here?
In
Far
your
as we know.
sanctum? Yes.
Alexis will kind of
So
chuckle a little bit.
So Plan B just got demoted to Plan C.
Okay. You see him reach in and pull out a small notebook and jot down a note before closing it and slipping it back into his pocket again. Right. So we don't know each other, do we?
Not yet, Alexis will say with a grin.
Time magic.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I try not to touch it.
I was really wondering, Warren, why you bashed his head in with that stick.
Yeah, why did you do that, Warren?
Yeah, Warren.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
No, he
It's not-
knew.
Well, he didn't know me and us, so it's the first time, so I understand a little bit more about why he did it. When I saw you guys there, I lost my temper a little bit because, well, to me, I know you. But apparently, you all don't know me yet.
Can you explain to us
Oh,
why he
well-
did it? Because we still don't know.
Oh, I can wager a few guesses. just because I know why he did it doesn't mean that I agree with his motives, his actions, his decisions, or his cognizance.
In short, we're not with him. Who is this man?
If a wrinkle comes knocking, I don't know him.
Hmm.
Ha ha.
You think I'm joking? No, I'm serious. Those things are creepy. But no, this would be the point in our timelines where we're first meeting you.
Yes. Trust me, it can get complicated. Don't worry, just enjoy the food for right now, as he's going to sit down and start cutting into his steak and eating it. So, Portia, Warren, Alexis, Cody, and looks like you left your friend outside keeping guard. Wise, wise. But where are you at the moment? I don't want to give away too much because then bad things could happen if I walk out of here.
Where are we on the timeline, or where are we physically?
I can tell you today's date if that helps.
We were
Timeline.
investigating the disappearance of the mayor's kids, and the wife.
Oh yeah, that's right. We found out that they're, the creepy
They were
gnat
kidnapped
people.
by you, as far as I am aware.
Yes, that. Okay, we are a few pages back then. The you that you saw was a me from a few years in the past.
Aw, he has a redemption arc.
Well, no, I'm not that bad. I was just doing what I was being paid to do.
Aw, he's a mercenary.
It pays the bills.
So what had you been paid to do back then?
To find the woman that you were looking for, and to retrieve her was my assignment.
Which is deliciously ambivalent as to what becomes of her afterwards.
Mhm.
Exactly. Time magic.
But yes, I have to be careful with what I say because right now our time streams are not synced with each other. If I tell you something,
I don't think I'm synced with time itself at the moment. I don't know if you may have noticed. We're a little bit how to put it, tangled up because certain people can't keep their access to themselves.
yes, oh my, yes, that does look nasty. I assume that's from interacting with my past self.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this might complicate things a little bit for you. Yes, my past self is, I remember being quite peeved with all of you.
And
Well,
concur?
on the upside,
Cody is already
upside, if
rubbing
you try-
his temples to stave off the coming migraine from all the timey-wimey nonsense.
on the upside though, he's not going to be able to do anything because if he were to do anything, it would cause us to go off, which would create a very, very massive time paradox since we've already interacted with you as your future self.
Oh, sweet summer
I'm not-
child.
I'm trying to understand this stuff as best I can. I struggle with 3 dimensions. Now people are throwing a 4th one at me. It's complicated.
He's going to smile over at Alexis a little bit. Look, I'll try to put this in as simple terms as I possibly can and give you as much assistance as I possibly can. You already have an idea of where to look for him, so I will not create any paradox by telling you that you are correct. You can use the Goblin Market to reach him. And where I and my current contractor are at. I'm very curious to see how you guys are going to respond. It's a little unclear. I believe it's a possibility you might be able to alter the timeline there, with what being in the hedge and all.
Oh, lovely. We're going by Doctor Who logic. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. It's more of a rug than a fabric. I get it.
It's the way time magic works in World of Darkness.
What's World of Darkness? What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. It's nothing important.
If you want somebody to explain it to you, then there's a perfectly good fae folk you can talk to.
Please don't invite him in here. Wait, you know Domino? Yes, I live in Empty Springs, Colorado. Everyone knows Domino!
Mhm.
Well, I mean, he is a very pretentious person that's worth knowing.
Depends on who you are. But back to the subject at hand.
Yes, continue the performance. I'm entitled at least one.
I think what I want to go with this here.
Why did you ask us here?
Usually, if there's trouble after me, I use this as a way to get rid of anyone who is on my tail. You'd be surprised by how many time interlopers don't realize that they could be walking into a trap. However, I know all of you, and we are actually decent friends for the most part. As he looks over at Portia, don't worry, dear. You will be able to figure out that problem that you're stuck on at the moment. I promise.
Which one?
Yes.
I hate you.
He smiles.
I love you, but I hate you.
But I warn you, what you are walking into can be dangerous. The foe that you may or may not fight is considered dangerous for a reason. If you just charge in, it is very likely you will lose and it could kill you all.
Can you suggest anything else?
Not
Any other ways of approaching it?
Not everything may be as it appears. Take
I had a
time.
nickel.
Take time to walk in another's shoes. Also,
I did
yes,
that once and I just tripped.
Yes, my apologies for having to be so vague.
No,
Time
I
travel is a
understand.
bitch.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, I know time travel's a bitch, which is why I'm being so cynical right now, because it's the fact that I'm keeping myself from asking questions that could potentially piece things together. If I get too inquisitive right now, I might be able to infer from context, and that would be bad.
Oh, I hope you can figure these clues out. They're meant to help you. As he moves on to some mashed potatoes. But The foes that you will likely face will be myself as well as my client. Honestly, of the two of us, I believe my client would likely be more dangerous in a threat to your life sense. However, I myself will likely cause you no ends of headaches if you grow hostile, as a heads up. Though you have Alexis with you, so you will likely be safe from any major issues.
That's fine. If he starts to be a major headache, we'll just tie Warren to a stick and shake him at him.
If you face him in his lair, you will likely be able to wield most of your abilities safely. Reality does not have a stronghold at all in that part of the world.
Good to know.
However, if you mess up your magic, you risk your paradox going out of control. There are other possibilities that could set it off, but that is the most likely. But do not be afraid to call on your abilities if things grow dangerous.
Question. Not for him, for you, Kerr.
Yes, sir.
We haven't called on our past buddies yet. Does that
Exalted.
qualify? The Exalted, yes, that's who I was referring to. Thank you. Does that qualify as using magic that could trigger our paradox?
Nope.
Interesting.
Speaking of, are there any hints that you can give? Any clues as to, the physical structure of mine and why it is that way?
Spoilers.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Believe me, when you get to this point, Alexis, you love it. Seriously, it's almost as bad as crack. It's like what we time mages live for to do to people.
I don't think I follow, but maybe I shouldn't.
Time mages have specialties.
Well, everybody has their own personal crack. For me, it's every time that one of my thesis papers gets approved and gets added to a journal.
Now, is there any other questions that you have for me? Either about what you're going to be doing or perhaps about yourselves?
I don't want to
Well,
risk
anything
too
that-
much.
Anything the answer about me is going to be in riddle format, so. And also, like he said, revealing too much could be dangerous. So. Hey, at least I know that if we get the chance, we shouldn't kill you. So that's something.
Yeah, super sorry if that ends up happening, by the way.
Everything will work out.
Wait. No, okay. If we were to kill his past self, how bad would that be?
Probably super bad.
Tends to be.
And I'll do my best not to do that thing.
We should all do our best to not do that thing, Warren.
However, this doesn't mean that I will pass up any opportunity that I have to use various narcotics to incapacitate you. Just so you know. If you suddenly wake up one morning and realize that you've been addicted to a drug for a few years, that might be me.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Everything will be fine. Everything will work out exactly the way it should.
And don't worry, a time mage can get past the effects.
Okay, good.
Also, out of character, I apologize. I feel like I'm melting Zim's brain.
Marten soup.
I did.
Oh, I mean, I'm just running on, 2 hours of sleep, and you're throwing time shenanigans at me.
I mean, you have a time mage in the group. I've been waiting for this for weeks.
But you've been waiting for it for weeks. But it feels like it was just tomorrow that you've done this already.
Oh my god.
Okay, you're going to the well for that. And it's extra hard for her to move, because phone.
Hmm.
Zim, I can't believe that you threw me to the lake for that. Oh wait, no. Well, wrong time
Yeah.
period.
Yeah. Except, you see, next time you're skipping the lake.
Or so you think.
So is there anything else you guys would like to ask, or would you guys like to head off to start heading to the goblin market?
I'm not sure if he could tell us much more.
Right now, I am so completely lost. So, I'm just going to go with the
He
rest
was
of
bad,
the
but
group
now
on
he's good.
this.
But
I've got a
basically,
handle
he
on
is the
things.
he is the meme. We were bad guys, but now we're good.
He will offer you guys to finish eating before letting you guys leave whenever you guys would like.
This steak isn't going to turn back into a cow when I leave, is it?
No. This is actual food.
I know it's actual food. It's just time.
Well, Alexis will get a good meal in, since it's obvious this guy doesn't wish us any harm
Nope.
at this point in time.
Yeah.
It
That-
is
that much
very
is
good
obvious,
quality foods.
That much is obvious. I'm just being cynical again because it keeps me from asking too many questions.
But it's not as good as the soup.
Of course not. Nothing is as good as the soup.
And I'm totally not avoiding invasive questions, so I don't have to do any dice rolls in order to dodge the fact that I don't have my character sheet. That couldn't possibly be the case.
Oh, did you not have your stats on the fantasy grounds?
I did not.
Yeah.
Because we had it on the PDF.
Yeah,
No, I hear you.
never
I still
bothered
put my
putting
stuff
it.
into the.
I had sent a PDF to Kerr, but that was a couple months and a lot of inventory updates ago.
Gotcha. Thanking him for the meal, and for his hospitality. Forward to seeing him in the future after he's no longer bad. Again.
Villainy is a very harsh term here.
No, I get it. We all do what we gotta do.
Well, I'm looking forward to going to seeing you last weekend.
I hope you all have good luck and are able to do what you want to do. Oh, did she just wink out of existence? I'm sorry. I didn't do that.
Oh no, she went 2 blocks deep into the ground. To the pit of death.
So, I wonder if I tried to erase her from existence. Nope, she's back. I appear to have fixed it.
Kerr, you may be the DM, and I may love you dearly. But don't test me.
But I want to. It's for the entertainment.
My brain hurts.
Hello?
Welcome back.
The connection just went wibbly.
Yeah, because them moved you.
Again.
I threw you
It
to the
refused
pit
to
of
accept-
death.
It refused to accept the update, so it just disconnected entirely. My phone rejected the pit of death and substituted its own.
Good.
If I'm going out, it's on my own terms. Look, I'm just saying that since you don't have to breathe, that you could easily hide in a bag of holding for an indefinite period of time.
So as you guys step outside, you realize absolutely no time has passed since you walked in, and now step out.
You know,
Must
if
be
we
nice.
if we keep freezing time like this, I'm gonna be 50 by the time I hit 30. Which is weird considering that I'm already 35.
So, after that little escapade, is there anywhere you guys would like to go before you would head to
Okay,
the Goblin
I'm
Market?
out. I'm out. I can't. No. Ah. The sweet sound of silence. And no more time paradox bullshit! Okay, I think I'm ready to go back.
My only regret is that I had but 3 lifetimes to live.
Okay, I'm not ready to go back. Well, I suppose I should continue the Stream Raiders. And I hope everybody out there in chat's having a good time. I'm...
Why you don't fuck with time?
Okay, is it safe now?
Hey, hon. If a duke dukes, but there's nobody around to hear them duke, did they really duke?
Apparently it was not safe! Clearly, it was not safe.
It's weird because chronologically that was the second time I died. But as far as age was concerned, it was actually the third.
Why? Okay, I'm just not leaving anymore. I'm done. I'm just
Okay.
dead and fried and...
Tanya, more than likely, instead of wrinkle, I'd be visited by judgment.
How much duke could you duke if a duke could duke? A duke would duke, a duke could duke if a duke could duke.
Duke.
Sad duke. Sad duke sounds.
Duke's an
Very
existential
sad
crisis.
Duke sounds.
Hello,
I may be dying over here. Oh hey, this is the first time that I died. I was wondering what it was going to feel like when I got back here.
As Moriarty, you are walking up towards the cabin. You stayed back a little bit to keep watch and look around, and
Why
you
am I
saw
at the
everyone
cabin?
go. You saw everyone go in, and then just as you were about to reach out to the door to go in, everyone's coming out now.
Tokeme tipped $110. Money from the past.
Oh no.
Kerr,
What was the donation goal?
Yes.
Fun time.
The Para Fun Times donation goal has been completed. Toshime, thank you so much for your support and keeping the channel going. I really can't do this without your help. And the help of all of you out there in the chat, keeping me company, and watching me slowly descend into madness.
Duke.
Though really it's more of a spiral of increasingly velocity or something.
Duke.
Yes, Duke.
How much paradox does everybody have?
And
0.
on me, and forward my bleeding paradox.
I don't have much, if any. I think I also have 0, but we double check.
No, you guys. I thought you guys had quite a
I'm
bit.
actually.
But
actually,
everyone else did.
I remember I'm actually currently.
Did they just die?
Anya, yeah.
I have
I have
10
no-
paradox.
Am I back?
I have-
Am I back? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'm alive.
I have
Era, fun
I have-
times my ass. That was horrible. I don't want to go back.
no paradox, and I'm almost certain that is correct. I know everyone else was doing paradox crap.
I have the most.
How much do
That's
you
also
have?
correct.
14.
Hey, could you roll your Arete for me?
Actually, I do have in my notes double-digit paradox for everyone.
I thought everyone got paradox assigned to them because of what happened, because they were in the vicinity.
Sorry to throw y'all under the bus, but
No, there was some reason why I didn't get paradox. I know there wasn't. I know I was literally like sitting aside being like, y'all are dumb.
I have no idea how much paradox my character had.
It's been a while, so I don't exactly remember what the stipulations were, but I was just like not participating in something actively for some reason.
No, I'm pretty sure. What are your spheres again?
Spirit, entropy, and life.
yeah, I think we were. Maybe it was just the three of it was 2 or 3 of us that were combining our abilities to make that window.
Yeah, it was like 3 of you guys. It wasn't everyone.
Yes.
That's what I thought, but
But
It
I
was- I'm
believe
pretty
you
sure-
still got some because you were there.
Is that how that works? Just because I'm like in the vicinity, I get paradox?
It can be, yes, depending on the effect. This was a very large effect and a very, very nasty thing you did.
I had no
Warren.
I did it.
did you hear that, Warren?
That I did. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you heard that.
All right, how much paradox should I be marking down then? Even though this isn't my fault.
I mean, like I said, I have my notes say double-digit paradox for everyone, and then 14 paradox next. So I'm not sure if that was everyone who was participating or everyone
No,
who
14 was for just for me.
Well,
Nah,
split the difference and just say I have 12.
my character sheet also has 14 marked out.
I know I got the lowest because I rolled the best, and I got 10.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
split the difference. Since we can't remember where mine was at, I'll just say 12.
Okay. Everyone, please roll your Arete for me once I'm back in the server.
Oh, yeah, I need to join the server too. Be there in a second.
Everyone's
I can't remember how
Arete
much
should be
Arete I
3.
have.
3.
Irritate
I have 4
Or-
irritate.
Sorry, 4 irritate, 4 irritate. I forgot. I'm sorry.
should be.
So, funny story, true story. I can't figure out how to grab multiple dice with this laptop.
Hello, Commander. In response to your request, we have sent backup. Good luck, Commander. We are forever in your debt.
Neonivic just gifted 1 subs.
Yay! Thank
Neon,
you.
thank you very much for that gift sub.
I didn't know we had XCOM in there.
Actually, that is a custom voice recording that I got from the voice actor when I met him at a convention.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
That is amazing.
Is it like the same story as how you got those recordings for the Darkest Dungeon?
Those were just released for everybody.
Oh, okay, cool.
You want to know how I got these recordings? Seriously though, I cannot figure out how to roll multiple dice with this freaking Mac keyboard.
I wonder if that guy's on Cameo.
Should I just like roll an individual dice multiple times because I can't figure the freaking thing out?
You said you're on Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that sort of bullshit going on, don't they?
Yeah, no right click because they...
They-
I don't know why they don't have right click.
Just use 2 fingers. Yeah, I know. I used to have a Mac for the longest time. And they're
Ah,
like, oh,
2
this is
fingers
so-"
worked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2 fingers worked.
Nice.
No, that it's my understanding that's how you normally right-click on a Mac. 2, 3, 4.
Exploding dice. Do I reroll 1 dice or 2 for each 10?
One.
dice?
1 dice for each
Mhm.
10.
And if you didn't want to do that each time, you can also hit /die and then enter the how many d10s.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's also chat commands. I'm gonna probably use willpower here, so I don't just like straight up botch. How much willpower do I have? I've still got a good amount. Yeah, I'll use a willpower here. All right. Whatever I roll, it's a 0. Gotta love it when, you know, willpower does fucking nothing for you.
Don't worry. I'm sure everything is fine.
Anyways, you guys are fucked.
Okay. Portia, I'm sorry.
6 wasn't enough?
No, that's the you wanted a low on this roll.
Uh-oh. Bum bum ba bum.
Oh yay! I rolled really low.
I did too.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you, whoever did that.
I
Brilliant.
did.
Alright, so
Which, speaking
everyone
of, you should all be in the chat and chatting with our wonderful viewers and fans.
I am. I
I'm in-
am.
I'm in there.
Here.
My window's covered by other crap.
Kerr has an excuse. You know, DM should be focusing on DM things. But the rest of you,
I've covered it with my notes that I've been taking. So
He gets an excuse.
except for talking about that, Toshime.
Everyone, please
nice working
add
with you,
the number
Kerr.
and
Now
arity
subscribe.
that you guys rolled to the paradox you got.
God. Hi.
Sorry, what did you say? The sound bite or
You didn't add anything. You got 0, so you don't add anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
but-
cool.
Portia
Add
had
this-
6 more paradox, and I had 2 more paradox.
To be fair, at the time that I sent it, it was between people talking. It's just for whatever reason there was a huge delay on it processing.
And can I use any quintessence to cancel out this, or?
Nope.
Yeah, it's been nice working with you, Edgar.
So what's everyone's paradox at? If you could type it into the chat for me.
What's everyone's paradox?
Yes. With this
I'm
new addition added to it.
like assuming it's as low as physically possible from like the thing that happened before.
Mhm.
I guess 10 if I'm only double digits, but otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, it should be 0. So 10/0. Whatever your ruling as DM that I have.
Okay, Warren, you get a cookie for that message. All right. So what
I
is
don't get
everyone's
the
strong?
message.
He said Paradox 17. Woohoo!
Oh.
I don't get the joke.
I'm almost hit jackpot.
What?
He was celebrating having that much Paradox.
For some reason.
Is there like a max? Is there like I'm
That much Paradox tends to either leave you catatonic, dead, or in hell.
Oh, well. Good luck,
Nice
Warren.
knowing you.
So what is everyone's highest sphere again, real quick? I just want to double check something.
I
I'm a
got
4.
spirit.
I believe my highest one is life, which is at 3.
Okay.
Can I go back in
Correspond-
time and stop Warren from doing what he did? Is that even invite even more problems, or is that?
Yes.
At this point, yes.
Correspondence at 4.
Okay. Spirit 4, life 3.
I'm 4 on me. Not sure if you heard that.
I'm 4. Okay. Could someone roll me a?
Mine is prime 5.
Oh dear. How do you have 5? You can only go up to your max arete.
Because of his ability that he has.
Oh.
What is yours?
La di freaking da.
Could someone roll me a d6, please? Anyone can roll the d6 for me.
I don't trust that too.
Oh.
Negative
Wait,
1.
How'd you get -1?
There's this like.
It's
weird...
a fudge dice. It's a fudge
Yeah.
dice.
Oh no, he rolled a 1.
No, he rolled a -1. It's an infinite roll.
No. It's a fudge dice. So he fudges your roll by 1. -1. So you 1.
Nope, -1. It's infinity.
It's
You're
not how
immortal
that
now.
works. It's not division. It's subtraction. And even then, that only works on 0, not -1.
But if it's subtraction, you're subtracting -1. That means it's +1. It's 3.
Don't make us go back in time and re-roll that.
Okay, I need you guys to roll me. Give me a second. I need to check something real quick. Wasn't really expecting this, but well, I guess.
I don't know, DM. Did you rule that I had more than 0 paradox? Because if you did, maybe things won't be so bad. Because I'm still uncertain as to how much paradox I had, and I was convinced that I had none before.
Is it possible to roll custom dice on this, Zim?
As far as I'm aware, you can do a slash roll and whatever you want.
You can also right-click on the D6, and there's a custom dice option.
Could someone roll me a 1d25, please?
I mean, you could do it.
But I like my players being involved.
Oh, it's a 16.
16.
Damn it.
All right,
You
give
beat
me a
me.
second.
I rolled a 9, in case you want to take that instead.
Give me a second. What the hell is with you guys in this?
What do we do now?
Listen, I was convinced.
Okay,
Paradox.
I'm going to allow you guys re-roll that roll once.
9.
Someone else.
God damn it!
Yeah, dang it. Trying to figure out how to get the custom dice to behave right now.
Just backslash roll space 1d25 in chat.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I'm having you re-roll that.
Also, Warren, your sorry means nothing. I'm sure that future me, after you have learned your lesson, will definitely be more sympathetic. However, I am past me and I'm allowed to still be mad.
So that you know, I only whispered that to you.
Yeah, and I don't know how to use the whisper function. Also, I'm kind of deliberately putting you on the spot. Because don't kill people who are part of a time illusion!
Yeah, that's probably what would happen if you didn't kill people that were part of the time illusion.
Really would be nice if nobody was killed before part of a time illusion.
Don't worry, I won't be part of a time illusion very longer.
Next time we do any sort of past spying, Warren is in another state.
Yeah.
That's getting
I
it for
agree.
you.
By the way, what has happened since I what have I missed?
We had a nice little dinner with Matthew, who was the guy that we kind of screwed over.
You missed
We
an
took over
amazing
his
mistake.
weekend with him repairing the...
But it turns out that we were actually talking to a future version of him, and he kind of gave us a couple little hints. Or he
Saying we're on
couldn't
the
say
right
too
track.
much. Yeah, he couldn't say too
Goblin
much
mark.
without risking problems, but the cabin was actually an entrance to his sanctum. And time didn't pass while we were in there, which is why, to your perspective, we went in and then came out a second later.
Oh, that sucks. I was really looking forward to having dinner with him.
Yeah, sorry about that. We should have asked for a to-go plate. But
I didn't care about the food. I've got plenty of soup.
That's true. It paled in comparison to the soup, so don't worry about it.
Alright, so let me see what that is on here.
God, he's still going.
Consulting the charts and the bones.
You know, this wouldn't have happened if you all just tried the soup.
I don't think this would have happened had Warren kept his staff to himself.
I have my reasons.
Ah!
You know, I'm just picturing it. The next time that we do anything messing around with time travel, everyone's just going to slowly look at Warren. He's just going to have to go, fine, and just walk out of the room.
Don't feel safe even though we're gonna have to tie him up.
Okay, I'll walk out of the room and then I'll come with my running charge.
Exactly, tie him up.
No, bad.
Let the DM talk.
I'm just chuckling at this. Okay. So, where you guys were originally going to go before I had the reroll happen?
Goblin Market?
Nope. You guys would have head all the way out into the Deep Umbra again. The same place that you got picked up before.
Taxi!
So wait, we got suddenly thrown out there?
You would have, but you guys have already been out there, so I wanted to send you somewhere different.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you could just call. Otherwise, you could just literally call Isaac and get a ride.
Yeah, we can just call a cab.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know where you guys got sent?
Where do we get sent?
All of you can see reality itself just seems to crumple and shatter around you, as you can feel like inside your chest, like a great mess of strings has suddenly snapped.
Oh, god damn it. This is the perfect music for this.
And literally, it looks like reality has just snapped around you. It crumbles like glass as you are surrounded by a dark void for a few moments, and you are falling. Time loses meaning. You can't tell if you're up or down, left or right.
Hold up. Time had meaning in the first place today?
I know, right?
Well, I mean, it was like a suggestion. Time was strongly implied.
Mm-hmm.
Time was at least forming some sort of plot. There is now no plot.
And as you fall deeper and deeper and deeper into that dark, all-consuming void, you suddenly land on something as light blazes around you, and you find yourselves in a massive palace that seems to defy all sight. Everything around you looks to be white and almost grainy,
What is so tasty?
like salt.
So we will try this toy. But do you like it? Oh, I think you do.
So get rid of the paradox?
Yes.
All of us?
Yep.
Yes.
Take it.
My god.
Yeah. Huzzah, I didn't have any to begin with.
So you like the thing? Ой, он ему понравился, все.
Each and every one of you is sitting at a table. A very long dining table. You can see people standing around, dressed in butler and maid outfits, and they look absolutely stunningly beautiful. And sitting at the head of the table, in his normal garb, feasting upon what looks to be a pile of pancakes shaped like a sandwich, is Domino himself.
When you say they're shaped like a sandwich, do you mean that it's basically French toast, or does it look like a burger made out of pancake exclusively, or?
No, I mean like each pancake is shaped like a sandwich.
You mean like 2 pieces of bread with a pancake between?
No, I mean no.
Welcome to the Feywild.
I mean the pancakes literally look like sandwiches. Like they are cut into the shape of sandwiches and look like sandwiches, but they are entirely 100% pancakes.
So we're sure that these things that look like sandwiches aren't actually sandwiches, but pancakes.
But
Yes.
the only way for it to be a sandwich is for it to actually have, something inside of it.
Yeah, I got problems with this
Otherwise,
description.
it's just a stack of pancakes.
Hold on. If it's pancakes shaped like a sandwich and it needs something in the middle, then clearly it would just be butter. Or honey.
No, here.
Honey
I think I got this. He's basically eating what is essentially a rectangular pancake, and it looks like there's stuff in the middle, but really it's just more pancake. It's a stack of pancake, but it looks kind of vaguely like the shape of a sandwich, but it's really just more pancake. So really it's just a stack of pancakes, and by your definition, it's just...
My brain already hurts today!
So you're saying it's actually just solid pancake, but it's a perfect replica.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically like if you poured pancake
Domino's
batter
already
into a
here.
sandwich mold.
Sand cakes, let's call them.
Yes.
And don't make sense of the Feywild.
One thing is for absolute certain, nobody eats the sand cakes.
Domino does.
Pancakes.
I'm talking about us.
The panwitches.
Panwitches,
So
yes,
what
or
is
sand
that,
cakes.
Neon just asked, how is pancakes more complicated than the time mechanics?
No,
question.
it's not a matter of the pancake itself. It's a matter of pancake sandwiches that are just fully pancake. That is what's complicated.
Right, well,
No.
I don't even want to ask how you people got me here. What did you do in that cabin?
Domino.
Why, darlings?
I can't think of a better face that I would have liked to see in the middle of this absolutely imperfect situation.
Well, I certainly have to make the situation more perfect then. I was not expecting guests all the way out in my manor in Arcadia. Darlings, you made quite the journey.
Yes, we were trying to make it to the Goblin Market.
You
Warren
missed
did it.
your mark by quite a bit.
Yeah, we're not even sure how we got here, to be honest with you.
I'm not a clever man.
The rules of hosting are very clear here. Servants, attend my guests. Bring
Wait.
breakfast to them.
Wait, shit. What were the rules against, what are the rules of fair folk?
Well, we can't eat this food.
That's the
Your
only
offer's
one I
appreciated,
remember.
but I just had a steak.
Yeah, we just ate, actually.
He pauses and lifts a hand as everyone just stops. I see. Well, I was not expecting guests.
We weren't exactly planning to be guests either, but we do appreciate the offer regardless.
Yes, thank you very much, but no thank you.
Indeed.
You said the word. Why did you have to say thank you to him?
I said no thank you. It's the opposite of thank you.
So,
No,
darlings,
and then
don't say
comma, and then the T word. How
What
dare
ca-
you?
what can I owe the pleasure to? It's not often I get mortals all the way out here.
We're honestly not even sure.
Reinhardt's going to point to... I think Warren was the one who did the
Yes.
portal thing. Is that one?
Everybody
It was,
pointing at Warren.
Yep.
Paradox.
You mages tend to attract that, yes. And it threw you all the way out into my neck of the woods.
The short
Fascinating.
version is we created a window in time to take a peek through it. He saw something he didn't like on the other side of that window, smashed his fist through, yanked it through, and then proceeded to rip it into tiny pieces, completely ignoring the time paradox that it then created.
Oh, delightful! Delightful! Oh my, I like. Do tell me more, yes. This is a thrilling story.
Well, not a whole lot more to tell, other than the fact that, after we left it completely rent into bloody chunks and the time paradox began to hit us, then the guy that we we're trying to find. He just, casually shows up looking very annoyed, very perturbed, and apparently, even though we reduced them to a fine slurry, well, Warren reduced them to a fine slurry, apparently that's just a minor inconvenience for this guy.
You forgot to tell the type of thing that I hit. Do you remember?
Oh.
He liquefied the head of a werewolf.
Changeling.
Changeling, sorry.
Well, I wouldn't want to deprive you of your, glorious victory moment where you explain exactly why it was that you felt like screwing us all over.
It was a changeling stealing a person from the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Which was an established point in history that had already happened.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. And hence why we're here.
We are sorry for intruding, by the way.
Oh, no. Go on. I find this story to be thrilling. It is absolutely delicious. And then you find yourselves in my domain then?
Well, I mean, first we met the future version of him where he's no longer evil, but is actually good somehow.
He was under contract, so that might not be evil.
So, now I know that...
Good.
So, now we know that
Wolfer thinks you should eat something gross.
See, so, now we know that we need to not kill the person who very much is trying to kill us because he hasn't yet met his future self, who is the one that does not want to kill us. But if we were to kill the past self, then that would mean that we never met the future self.
Senri, unfortunately, those do not apply to the tabletop games. However, we are coming out with a pack at some point, probably if we get approved for partner, to allow you to influence our tabletop games directly with cards.
Zim, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with that. I'm going to say you have to do this card, Eat the Salt Wall.
What was that, Moriarty?
Eat the Salt Wall.
Salt.
Do as the card says. Eat the salt.
Eat the salt. Eat the salt.
Also, another round of meals have been brought out to Domino. They are now soup shaped like sandwiches.
Say that again?
Soup shaped like sandwiches.
I poke it. It's like a Jello mold.
It's liquid. It is solid liquid.
So
You broke me.
Hey, hi Domino, sorry for the perfect entrance. Greetings from Turkeme.
Domino, do you have a PA system in here?
Yes.
I would have sworn I just heard somebody that, it's nothing.
I'm sure everything will be fine. As he picks up one of these sandwiches, takes a bite, and you can see the liquid literally shift like it was actually liquid, despite being what seems to be a solid.
You're just describing Jello.
But you can clearly see it is not solid in any way, shape, or form.
My brain is going to save this file as it is Jello.
See,
That's how
you
I'm
guys have
avoiding
seen
data corruption.
you guys have seen Avatar, right?
Which one? Avatar: The Last Airbender or Avatar: The Blue Monkey Special?
The last Airbender.
The movie?
I have not.
Not the movie. I mean,
Good.
it doesn't really matter. As long as you've seen one of them, it gives proper context.
We don't speak of the movie.
We don't. Thank you, M. Night Shyamalan.
Mm.
Anyways. It's basically just water bending. But imagine water bending, but then they shape the water into a sandwich.
Soup.
Soup bending.
Yes, exactly. And it's just perpetually like that. And
Hmm.
so you could this is just a
Julie, do the
sandwich.
thing.
Julie, do the thing.
Julie, do the thing.
Thank you, Julie.
I've got a card for that. What can I say?
I now want Domino to go do the thing.
What then?
And that's when he can't help himself and he starts licking the table. He does the thing.
Hello, me darlings. You are all the way in Arcadia. That is very, very far from home for all of you. How do you plan to get home?
Ask you very, very nicely.
Darlings, we are here in Arcadia.
Arcadia's not a specialty of mine, so I don't know quite how bad the implications of this are.
Arcadia's a little ways off. We'd have to walk a ways. And hopefully not get lost.
Last time we had to walk a ways.
You and Boo and I, hamsters and rangers everywhere, rejoice!
Last time we went to
Thank you
another
very
plane of
much for the
reality that
food.
involved a lot of walking. There were these evil ghost children, and then the time before that, there were these evil tentacle monsters. So are we gonna be fighting evil fairies today?
So you might encounter some of my brethren if you just decided to walk out, but you do not have the contracts necessary in order to survive here in Arcadia. I would not recommend it.
How would we get back?
Well, you could attempt to make the journey and escape Arcadia like changelings do. Or, well, I do know all of you, so I would be more than willing to make a deal, darlings.
Every time that he talks like that, all I can see is the I remember the name in a second. It's on the tip of my tongue. Damn it. Has-Been Hotel. Has-Been Hotel, the radio guy.
Ah, yes.
Radio demon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alistar.
Yeah.
Every time he gets like this, I just picture him as Alistar, complete with the smile.
Yes. Yes.
Quite accurate.
How wonderfully perfect!
Oh no, do not.
Don't
do
give
not.
him ideas. Don't give him ideas.
Somebody pick up the phone.
Now.
So I guess those are our two choices then. We can either try to sneak out.
Well, no,
Okay.
you don't have to sneak out. You could just walk, and I can give you directions. However, I cannot promise your safety once you leave my lands.
That's where the sneaking part comes in.
And yes, there is a chance that we become changelings doing this.
Yeah, becoming changelings. How awful.
What does becoming change like? What implications are there with that?
You
You
lose
would-
mage.
You would stop being a mage, and you would become a changeling.
Let's not do that.
You would
Yeah,
basically
I
have
thought-
half your soul torn out.
I thought that the changeling that we were, going after was a mage.
There were two
No,
changelings and a mage. The
Yeah.
mage that we talked to today
Oh.
is the head of the changelings.
Yes, you haven't actually met the person who hired him. You've only met the muscle.
So, what changelings? Just to refresh my memory, they're like form shifters. Hence the name, right?
No, nope, not in this. In this, basically, the way a changeling works.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
You know the fetch that we're
Yeah.
supposed to find? Well,
Yeah.
the one that got taken away would be a changeling now.
Mm-hmm. That's what they leave. They leave the fair folk leave the fetches to replace the people they take.
So changeling is basically just a fancy ghoul.
No, so you can actually see some of the changelings here in this chamber. All the people who look absolutely perfect in maid and butler uniforms, each and every one of them is changelings. If you look up, you can see in the grate, literally it is solid diamond chandelier. You can see electricity jumping about inside of that, lighting the chamber. And you can also see that lightning sometimes take on a humanoid form at times before shifting back and moving around inside of the gemstone. That would be a changeling as well. Animals could be changelings, and they have to
Changelings are just-
regain their sentience.
Changelings are just peak fantasy performance.
Yeah, basically a changeling is whatever the fairfolk decides to make them. They can make them objects, servants, elementals,
Potentially make them whole or in part animal.
Yep.
And
Usually,
we've been dealing with a time traveler today.
usually,
Oh,
the beast, as they're called, they lose their sentience and become actual animals, and the way they escape is by remembering who they used to be, and then finding a way to get out before their mind is devoured again by the beast within.
You see these chairs here? These chairs we're sitting on? Those could be changelings.
Was it Alexis or Reinhardt that was the time specialist?
Yo. That's me, Alexis.
Alexis, thank you. I don't do voices. You people know this.
Sorry.
Actually, over the phone.
Alexis, can we talk in private for just a moment?
Oh no,
I'm not sure if
this won't be
anywhere is
private.
private here, yeah.
Oh yes, I am the manor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, Domino, this is the kind of thing that might be important detail for you too. So I don't really care if you listen in. If anything, it might actually help.
Go ahead. I can promise within my domain there will be no one who will listen that will cause you harm. You are my honored guests at the moment.
So, Alexis, I kind of haven't told anybody about this, but there's a certain curse I've been having to deal with. It's been a long time since it played up, but there's a slight chance I might not make it out of this intact. If we're dealing with time travel, the effects of that could potentially go backwards in time, right?
Come again?
Okay, so for the last ever, I've had this condition which I've been able to keep under control for the last few years. Due to what that condition is, I'm worried that today might be the day that that condition was created and it just went back in time after its creation. That's why I'm a little bit nervous right now.
I see.
So what I'm saying is, if I end up in dire straits while we're still in Arcadia, don't put your life at risk to save me. It might be an impossible feat.
No promises, but I'll take that under consideration.
You're not telling the rest of us this, too?
Just telling Alexis for the moment.
Okay.
And so, yeah, back to the rest of the group. Yeah, so Domino, I'm sure you understand why I feel like that might be a relevant thing to know.
And I think it'll be a more interesting story if we go through Arcadia.
More interesting and potentially deadly.
But you could also gain something.
Either way, I'm thinking my outcome might already be determined. I'm hoping that it isn't, but there's a strong chance that it is.
No. Of course not. That would be for a very, very boring tale, darling.
I am really glad that you find the inevitability of fate to be a very boring story.
This is Arcadia. Fate isn't set.
Indeed, as he said, here, it is a story. The battle between slave and master, the duel between rival, the jilted lover attempting to get revenge upon the one who scorned her, betrayed her heart. These and countless more stories are what we, dear, feast upon, what we crave for sustenance, to pit our stories against Arcadia, to make ourselves real.
Huh.
Here, darling, it is the story that matters. The story that decides.
So you may be able to beat your fate here.
Worth making an attempt at?
You're always talking me into this.
Travel through Arcadia can be difficult, darling.
Alexis, you do not know what my teenage years were like. Puberty was hell for many reasons. I am not going through that again. If we can break that, if we can defeat that, then I'll take it. I'll take the chance. I'm looking at where the dice are falling right now, and it looks like this might be a pivotal point for that.
Traveling through Arcadia, darlings, is not like traveling in your more solid world. It is less distance and more... how shall I put it in a term that you would be able to understand?
Degrees of concept?
You must pass the great river, travel across the mountain of despair to the great tomb, and only there will you find the gateway to pass through back into your world. It'd be more like that, darlings. It doesn't matter how far you walk. You will eventually arrive at where you're meant to go.
Yes, I believe I've heard about this. As long as we know where we are going, we shall find ourselves there. That's how the Fae work.
Eventually, yes. But, as any story knows, a story is boring without antagonists or tasks to overcome.
Well, you mentioned you could make a deal with us. Is that just to get us home without traveling through Arcadia, I assume?
There are many things I can do if you wish to create a deal with me. You are in the literal...
Couldn't I
How shall I say?
Like, I've got correspondence magic. Couldn't I just make us a portal?
That would be very dangerous to try to do.
Why?
Because distance doesn't work the way it does on Earth.
And that doesn't make a good story.
Yeah.
You ever divided by 0?
So, in Arcadia, travel is less walking, and it's more of a narrative concept. You travel for a week to reach your destination. It's more just like... It's to tell
living in a
story.
montage video.
You don't actually get there by going like 200 miles to the left. You get there because the story says you get there. You could attempt to do so, but then you're trying to circumvent the story. That's going to piss Arcadia off.
They'll throw stuff in your way or move you to the wrong direction.
No, and usually it will come up with things that you will have to overcome in exchange.
Side quests.
Mm-hmm. You're basically when you
some
entered
experience.
When you entered Arcadia right now, if you try to go the normal way, you're basically in an RPG.
Okay. Can we use our magic here?
You can use your magic without any fear of paradox at all.
Yeah. Okay. That's potentially
Just
useful.
make it good to the story.
Yes, because Arcadia is not going to just let you willy-nilly will your way through your problems. That is not interesting storytelling. It's going to force you to basically struggle and overcome your tasks. If you just try to, like, erase something from time, well, the next creature you encounter, well, might be immune to that and be able to fuck with you.
Makes sense.
However, you have no fear of paradox here, and you can wield the full might of your powers and abilities safely. But Arcadia itself is basically, you're on a stage performing, and Arcadia itself is the audience.
Does that mean we can use magic out here without paradox?
Yes.
If you try to bypass that performance, Arcadia is going to be like, "You've been nothing but a thorn in my side from day one."
Don't put it that way. You don't want to deal with the thorns.
Yeah, you don't. That's going to be the biggest danger you'll have to overcome.
Thorns?
So around Arcadia is what's called the Hedge. The Hedge is the barrier between Arcadia and Earth. When you go through the Hedge, that's basically the process that usually starts turning a person into a changeling. The thorns will literally drag and tear at your memories and your sense of self and who you are.
So what you're saying is we need to get over the hedge.
But,
This is going to be fun.
Does anyone know a safe way through the hedge?
There are paths through the Hedge, yes.
Only the hedgeman can guide you through the hedge.
And if you really want to do something special, leave a mundane item in the hedge for somebody else.
Yeah, a item that is dropped or left in the hedge becomes a magic item when it's taken back out again.
Interesting.
What if I were to, like, shave?
Depends on the story.
I just left my hair in the hedge.
Then you'll have a goblin of hair coming after you.
Oh,
We're
no!
leaving it behind.
No, the hair goblin.
But yes, you could attempt the quest to make your way out of Arcadia. I can promise you there will be danger, but there will also be rich rewards after all. Because what quest wouldn't have glorious rewards waiting for the one undertaking it?
Well, this is what a story would do.
Well, I am not in the habits of owing the fee, so...
I'm thinking the same.
And if we were to make a deal with Domino, it'd be like a favor to be decided upon later, right?
Probably.
Oh, not necessarily. I can think of quite a few things I may want for my help.
Name a few.
Not we're actually agreeing to it, but go ahead and name a couple.
So this be quoting the price.
Well,
True name.
We always have the classics: your firstborn child, a family member, your dearest love, the things that you care about most in life, having your greatest hope never be accomplished. Let's see, what else could I
Your
ask
true
for?
name.
Hey, that brings up a curiosity. What do you do if someone promises you their firstborn child, but they never have children?
Fate will
Oh.
make it happen.
Yes, we will. You won't get out of the contract that easily, darling. We are very good at getting what we want.
Interesting. What do you
And
do
the-
with those children?
They make fine servants.
Say, I'm pretty sure those children are currently serving you dinner. Or
Oh
breakfast.
no,
Or
I
pancakes.
do not have any children here at the moment. Mine are out serving me in the in your little world.
I was more referring to what the children end up growing up into, but either way, you answered the question, so.
And technically, we could ask Domino about whose master that one would be.
He just smiles. That would be a costly little piece of information.
It's a good thing that we're not asking for it, isn't it?
I would be more than willing to give you the information you sought. Perhaps in exchange for one of you becoming my champion.
Yeah, Warren. Warren, I don't know how to tell you this, but you have, by your own hand, become the Meg of the group.
Listen, I have already created a bond with a psychological process. I am not doing any more of that.
Cody, you could become my champion. Power, fashion, even more fashion. I can offer you quite a lot, darling.
And what precisely would I need to do?
You would serve me in matters in the real world. You would face my enemies that I could not face. You would interact with those that I am either duty-bound to not be able to attend to, or to work my will in the mortal world to see it done.
In other words, in exchange for this single lump sum payment, he receives payments of your servitude indefinitely because you know he would not let you die of old age.
You become a changeling instead of a mage.
Oh, no. I can give quite a bit of power in exchange as well. There are quite a few benefits to being my champion, not just you serving me. That would be horribly one-sided, and our deals must be at least fair, so to speak.
That's actually news
Balance.
to me. I think I'm too used to dealing with demons.
Oh yes, we don't talk about them here. They are horrible deal breakers, and no. I can promise you, you will gain exactly what you give up. It just may not be in the form you may expect.
Form, right?
I would require to know the precise details. What I give up, what I gain, etc., the duties and whatnot, before I agree to anything.
Domino smiles. And none of you have seen this smile before.
Why do I have the feeling I'm about to be, eaten?
Like, you guys have seen... You've seen Domino smile, that big, cocky grin he can have. But here you see, like, This is like the look of a shark who is about to get
It's
like.
He's smiling, but not with his eyes.
Am I the only one expecting to see him holding a cane with a microphone on it right now? No, just me? Okay.
Portia, I'd be giving up way so much if I did. Especially since my staff. And I'm Prime Mage.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I will wait for him to come back. He probably went to get his num-nums.
Do you understand, Portia?
Not really. I just, noticed a perfect parallel was all.
My staff is cold iron, which is antithetical to...
Yeah, cold iron does bad things.
I'm not telling you to give him your staff. I was making a reference because he reminds me of a fictional character. Very interesting story.
If I become his champion, his stuff can't affect me because I have the staff. I'd have to give it up.
I wasn't implying that you should. I was just saying that he looks kind of like a fictional dude. That was it.
Earlier you were saying, hey, yeah, Warren, you should do this to get the information.
No! It's just, the creepy smile. The creepy smile, making a deal.
I wouldn't.
1 sec, I'll be right back.
I think it's fun.
What would a Fey folk do with a time mage, I wonder?
Whatever they want.
Yeah, just wondering how much.
Oh no, time mage.
Things.
They love stories.
Yeah.
You can manipulate time. You can give them infinite reruns.
This is true. I don't know if they'd want reruns, but infinite permutations.
They have stuff that they want to do in our reality. So, they'd want you... They're competing against each other for people from reality. You would be helping to bring people back, even if they're from the past. Or the future.
I don't know if, I mean, what are the votes? Welcome back. Kerr's AFK now. What are the votes for Deal or Arcadia?
Still say Arcadia.
Kind of thinking the same. Unless someone wants to be beholden to a Fae.
I mean, out of all of the Fae out there, he's not exactly the worst.
True, he is still a Fae, however.
To be the champion, I would rather my werewolf character.
I'm seeing a course in this narrative that would wrap things up neatly, but that would be me surrendering to fate. And you know what? I don't feel like that right now. In fact, I kind of feel like taking fate in the nethers and running like hell.
Creating a good story. Good for you. Yes, and I was going to be working with Kerr on why my hatred for the Changeling. But the full reason why I have the cold iron and that.
Actually, on that note, I would just like to clarify with the thing with Portia's curse. This is not me in any way going wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the DM or trying to hijack the plot. I'm just playing it through the perspective that Portia would have on this, because all this crap's been escalating over the past couple weeks, and now suddenly, right when the biggest amount of paradox that she's ever had to deal with suddenly snaps loose, now she's in the one place that could screw with things all the way back to the beginning of her life. So basically, it's just logical deduction, even if it's inaccurate.
Let's see. Do you have anything that you're willing to give up from your character?
I don't even know what my character's currently holding because I don't have my sheet. Also, considering it's a female character, let's say, because considering the female character he mentioned firstborn, no. Considering that he said hope and her main thing is, her ambition regarding distribution of medicine on a global scale, no.
Yes, but with the hedge.
In order to get through the hedge, we would need to have something that can punch a path through or illuminate a path.
Or we just need to find a path.
Well, illuminate a path.
With the type of music going on right now, it's going to be a fun adventure. Just follow the yellow brick road.
Just follow the yellow brick road. Just follow the yellow brick road.
That did not go so well last time.
Welcome back, Kerr. So was there an answer to... I know I heard the shark tooth smile thing, but was there anything more that I missed?
We were about to follow the yellow brick road.
So, to lay it out in our terms, you basically swear fealty to Domino. He will give you power, special abilities, and resistances in exchange for you doing things for him. He would basically become your liege lord in exchange for power and you doing what he asks you to do.
Ah, yes, gotta get that Fey land.
So if he had someone that needed to be taken care of, he could call on you to take care of them for him. If he needed you to protect someone, you would have to protect someone for him.
Indefinitely, right?
Into the Feywild.
So long as the contract is maintained, yes.
Cody, I'm gonna need you to make someone disappear.
Okay. What sorts of things? And what sorts of powers?
See, Cody, you're gonna be like family to him, and family helps family.
You would gain access to contracts. You would be able to use contracts. And what those are contracts are how fairfolk and changelings basically do things. It's their supernatural abilities. You make a contract with something, and in agreement with the contract, you are able to wield power to make things happen. For example, to give you, here are some examples of like the sorts of thing you can do. If you hear someone shivering, you can lower the temperature of a room. If you ring a bell, you can surround yourselves in a frozen aura that can disable your enemies. If you wear silver religious jewelry, you can create a dangerously cold blast of ice. And if a moon and howling wolf are present, you could create a blizzard in the area surrounding you, as an example of one such contract.
Why is everything so goddamn cold?
Because it's a certain court.
Yep, that's the winter
Ah!
court.
Queen
Winter
Mab's
court.
court. I know her well.
Oh no, oh no. Oh no. You realize that means that if it was with Domino and his court is, confectionery.
We don't even know which court
Condiment,
Domino is.
excuse me. His domain is condiments, so
Salt.
Summer, winter.
Domino can
Domino
give you
strikes me as a spring chicken.
There are many contracts he could give you access to. But, again, there's always a catch.
Yeah, I'm thinking Arcadia is sounding like the way to go.
Duke.
But this would also give you powers that you could wield without having to worry about paradox.
That is appealing.
it's supposed to be
what-
appealing. That's how it gets people to bite the hook.
Exactly.
What would my godmother think of this?
I can hear the shotgun talking now.
She would be very well for it if you could get a good deal for yourself.
Are you sure about that? How is he checking in with his godmother?
Apparently, his Cody's godmother is Domino's sister.
Oh,
it's a literal fairy godmother.
Yeah.
Because well, if you work for Domino, that means you probably work for her as well, since they do share the same title.
Somebody answer that phone.
Unless
I will agree to your terms under the condition that you do not ask me to do anything that I would morally object to.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
And just what sorts of things would I not be allowed to do? Mm-hmm.
Rather, you could ask me if I would do it, and I would then say, unfortunately, I would have to decline for moral reasons. For example, if you wanted me to kill some random person on the street, I would have to say no. However, if you wanted me to...
contract?
Yeah, exactly.
However, if you would want me to, say, kill somebody that... I don't know, perhaps the CEO of Pentex, before I take over it, of course, then perhaps I would be more than happy to do so, provided I were able to do so, with enough power to do that actual thing.
Oh, darling, that won't do.
We would need to figure out exactly what you can and cannot go against. I can't have you just willy-nilly refusing all of my orders out.
Why not?
I would guarantee that I would not decline it unless it were an actual For example, I will not hurt somebody that is innocent for no good reason.
You know, just want to throw this out there, that you would be able to completely protect yourself against him lying about that by just having one of the terms of the contract be that he has to be truthful with you at all times.
Aren't Fae already always truthful at all times?
The Fae
Yes.
are, but I'm
They can't
talking
lie.
about Cody here.
Can I say something?
If he tries to lie in a contract, it will bite him in the ass.
For no good reason.
Literally.
Domino has a good reason. He wants it done.
What could be a better reason than that?
And he's perfect after all.
I think this is a horrible idea.
Here, why don't you just make the deal to make you the head of Pentex, and then take whatever horrible recompense comes from that? Because then you'll at least be the head of Pentex.
Yeah, well, what if part of that horrible repercussion there is forgetting who he is?
Nah, don't think about it too much.
Then it just becomes a face swap, and it's still an evil person deleting it.
I don't think about it too much.
I can't stop thinking about stuff like that.
Maybe that's your problem.
Also kind of.
Are we almost ready to go out and meet our fate in Arcadia?
I am.
Yeah, I've been ready.
So would you like my deal?
I already know the worst that could happen, and this is my one chance to make that not happen, so screw it, let's go.
I would like the deal.
Well,
There goes the neighborhood.
Domino will
Alright, good.
smile. And he will snap his fingers, and a contract will form on the table.
Cody will read it thoroughly.
Make an intelligence plus occult roll.
I'm grumbling angrily and flicking the soup witch.
It is now
Making
turned into cupcakes.
Willpower to re-roll that.
Okay. Sorry. It now looks like cupcakes that looks like soup that is shaped into
Wait,
sandwiches.
how did I get that?
Oh, what the
No.
hell?
I think I accidentally hit the wrong one. I am tired. I apologize.
You're good.
Okay, that's better. 5.
Yeah, it seems like Domino's being pretty much on the up and up here. He's not trying to screw you over.
I'm sorry, did you get 13 D10 and you got a 5 out of that?
No, it was a misroll.
Okay, I was about to say, holy crap.
Actually, no, he did get a 5 out of that one, too.
And it does have the condition that Cody will not be... It will be able to object and not do it on moral grounds.
Domino will not ask you to harm anyone that you care about or that you are currently allied with and cause you to betray your oath or promise to them.
Well, that leaves it pretty wide open.
And he will also take it under advisement if you have a strong argument about why you should not go after someone that he wants you to go after. Which, based on this reading, that's better than what you basically said.
Yeah.
Isn't taking something under advisement just being like, okay?
No, with
do
them it
Yeah.
means actually considering it. That is
Yeah,
not
no.
them.
No, he can't. He can't just go, well, okay, I considered it. No. In this case, he actually does have to go. It's like, this is a good point you have raised. I shall consider it. Yes, under your logic, this is correct. It should be left to live.
However,
No, if you went with yours, it's like you object to it on moral grounds. Well, as you are serving me, therefore my morals are yours in this case, because you are serving my will. Therefore, you have no qualms about doing it.
Mm-hmm.
what do we get in exchange for this?
He will get access to basically Domino's holdings. He is going to be considered to basically be Domino's emissary in any matter of dealing with supernatural factions. Like if he encounters another Fairfolk, the Fairfolk is basically obligated to treat him as though he was Domino.
Oh no.
So which court is Domino?
You don't know. Domino is also obligated to give care and protection to you, as well as power and protection in ability as well. You'll be tougher, stronger, faster, access to abilities that changelings would dream to use. You would be able to wield some of his power as your own, but in exchange, you also gain the weaknesses of him. Any ability that he gives you will crumble before iron, and if you touch iron, you will lose access to all abilities while you are in contact with it.
Is steel considered iron?
No, it has to be actual iron.
Okay, because I was like, and looked down at his wrist, his wrist computer that allows him to use all of his magic.
No, it has to be actual iron.
Okay.
I thought it was specific. I thought it was specifically meteoric iron.
No, that's the type of cold iron.
Yeah, that's even worse.
That probably will physically hurt to touch. It'll like burn him.
That will do horrible things of aggravated damage to him. That's like touching nuclear waste for him.
Can Cody use correspondence to grab his very expensive pen that he keeps on his desk at home to sign?
Actually, yes, because Arcadia will facilitate it.
All right. So he just reaches up and closes his hand and brings out his pen.
Wait, are we actually getting out of here with the steel?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just with the pen, that is your pen. That is the pen you use for signing contracts. Therefore, since you're signing a contract, you can have that pen.
Yeah.
Also, it's epic and dramatic. Therefore, Arcadia will facilitate it.
He reaches up into the air, closes his hand, and then pulls it back down, and he's got a very fine wooden pen with gold filigree upon it, and he signs the paper.
And as you do, power beyond anything you have ever felt begins to rush through you. As you stumble and collapse. And I think end of session here, because my voice is starting to die.
And then Warren gets to bonk Cody.
I just love that power like you've never felt.
Oh my goodness.
I did not expect the deal to be taken.
I was gonna say,
I did not expect you guys to end up here.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Alexis, I was keeping things deliberately vague just in case, but since it seems like that's not what we're dealing with today, as soon as we get home, I'll explain in detail what the deal is.
I want to know what the deal is.
You don't get to know what the deal is. It's a very personal deal. I only told Alexis because he does the wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
But I do the wibbly wobbly spooky weary. What if you die? I can talk to you like a ghost.
Well, then, when I die, you're perfectly welcome to interrogate me. But until then...
I'm not going to interrogate you. I'm just going to, use your body to talk to people.
Going through Arcadia is going to be fun.
We're not going through Arcadia.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Part of the deal, I thought, was us getting out of Arcadia without having to go through it.
Yes, but fair folk. Fair folks can try to screw over other fair folks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
We've
I
got
guess...
a golden ticket.
So they'll have to treat Cody as if he was Domino. What about the rest of us?
Are you seeing Charlie in the Chocolate Factory because Willy Wonka is absolutely a fae?
You're animals.
Oh, 110% he is a fae.
Yeah, he is a fae.
You can't tell me otherwise. Both the original 1970s and the movie and the remake, he is a freaking fae.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely convinced that just Gene Wilder himself isn't a fae.
Now,
he could be.
What's up, touch me?
The hard thing about us going back is that I still have my staff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll work that out.
An interesting adventure.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
What we need to do is that you throw it as hard as you possibly can, and then we go home, and then you just hold your hand up, and in theory, you'll catch it on arrival.
I don't have correspondence.
No. See, if the moment is epic enough, life finds a way.
Arcadia finds a way.
Right when you're about to be struck down by your greatest rival, from the sky, your staff comes hurtling down like a meteor to interpose itself between you and the blow and save your life.
Hey, look, exalted.
I came back. I care now.
You didn't care before?
He is quoting Rick and Morty.
Yeah, basically, Arcadia is like a small sentient form of the wild.
All right, don't forget to update your experience by 5, everybody.
Yes.
Someone will have to keep a note for me to update mine.
I'll leave you a note in chat.
Right. Yeah. By next week, if I'm lucky, I'll have a functioning computer again.
Fingers crossed.
How much experience should we have at this? Well, I've spent some.
So, according to my notes, I don't think I have spent any experience. Nope, wait.
I know I've spent a bit.
Yeah, I spent 1.
I'm just gonna add I'm gonna add the 5 for today to what I had here, and then just go from there. Also, Electric Boy, thank you very much for the biddies.
Biddies.
Yeah, I just have 25 noted on my sheet, and I can't really tell you.
Okay.
I have 24 noted on my sheet.
Yeah, we all spent some and saved some and didn't.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be synchronized after we actually learned about the experience being available.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us so far on the stream today. That was Horizon Lost World of Darkness Mage. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the streams around. But for now, I bid you all the most fundest adieu.
Bye, guys.
Bye, folks. Have a good one.
Duke Duke.
Duke Duke. Toshime?
Bye.
There we go.